What's up, everybody? Thanks for so much for joining me today. My name is Blake the Scholar, and this is my little list of 2024, closing it out. I'm sliding in right at the end, guys, and I appreciate all the just reciprocation you all sent me in my last Mario list. That kind of took a little bit of nerve for me because a competitive format is not really the most experience I have. I definitely play more casually, and but I do play more competitive on Brawl. Like that's definitely like a format that's not for the faint of heart, and it really is something that you kind of really investigate and try to hone your craft with, so to speak. So those lists, I usually derive them first from a Brawl format, and it really helps as like a good base, like a good shell. And also researching was always recommended me for CEDH. And sometimes people would just say, you know what, you should just like get a list and proxy it. And I do see the benefits of that. But there's also the sense of discovery that I think you kind of get by also doing it by your own self. And you'll notice that, like, if you do that, you'll notice that you'll kind of arrive on similar card choices along the way. I definitely do notice that. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys connecting with me. So let's get into this. There's some sweet cards from 2024 that I think you're just going to really like, guys. And I feel like they really fit a lot of various types of decks. This one, for instance, Frontline Heroism, is, I think you can get it really cheap right now. I think it's like 53 cents. It might have gone up again. It's kind of going up and down in value, but I definitely would get one of these or a couple. I think I bought a bunch. And, I am doing giveaways too. So I'll talk about that at the end of the video. And I'll probably throw in a couple of these because I did order like a couple of them. I did like a little kind of a spec, just a little tiny one, right? But why is this so good? Well, for Mutate, for instance, it's just going to give us a free Mutate. And that's just crazy stuff. I mean, you just have to have a creature to mutate on. And then you're just going to go ahead and mutate onto another one. So it just has to target too. It doesn't even have to resolve. Like that creature can get removed once this is on the battlefield and you target something with a mutate. You're just going to create another mutate that goes onto that 1/1 red soldier creature token. And it has haste too. Why does it have haste? Who knows? No reason. Who knows? But that's great. That's good for us. So, big card, major card for us. And then definitely in the top. So I also play like a lot of Aragorn decks, and this season is just right up the alley. Like for Aragorn, for me, I'd love to draw like a million cards. So, one of the cooler cards, of course, is like Rishkar's Expertise. Last March of the Ents, and now this Season of Gathering. And it's just like, yeah, sure, I'll draw 9 cards. Yeah, that's no problem. For 6 mana? Oh, yes, please, sign me up for that. So, yeah, you're going to love the Season of Gathering. Once again, I think this is only like a $4 card. It might be even cheaper now, guys. So I picked up 2 copies at my LGS. They were just like in the binder. So, like, I would also recommend just like go through your LGS binder if you see a couple seasons in there. I think all the seasons are good. Probably just pick them up. They're just really good. That mode there for the 2 paws is just incredible, guys. Choose to artifact or enchantment, destroy all permanents of the chosen type. That's just that's some crazy stuff. It's just a very selective board wipe for those types of cards. And then, of course, you can pay the 3 paws, and then you can just get the cards to the greatest power among creatures control. So it's just fantastic. Also has this interesting, 1/1 counter clauses, too. So just very versatile. Really love this card a lot. Okay, this is definitely a feel happy card. And I feel like this is whoever designed this card, the art, Gosan, you did a wonderful job. The card design was so thoughtful, and it's just it just makes you feel good. And why don't you feel good if you get just to play creatures that are typically not strong based on their power. And this card kind of turns everything on its on a on its heels, so to speak, and then it weaponizes all your like your zero power creatures. It's also going to give you a ton of cards. So yeah, so PlayOn, the Lord of the Beach, is a 2 and a blue legendary creature, a starfish wizard. It's also a wizard. That's very interesting. When PlayOn, Lord of the Beach enters, draw a card for each creature you control with a toughness greater than its power. Target creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So it does target, and I mean, it makes it very difficult to attack into. Like, you can hold up mana. You can actually become very like kind of demure like. You can be like very like stop and go. Maybe play a couple flash orientated creatures along the way as well. And kind of always just be there where you can just, on a flip of a mark, you can defend. Or if you want to get offensive, you can start weaponizing your creatures and start slamming in for damage. Obviously, like, the creatures that usually have big booties, they got some big booties. So, I mean, think about those creatures. And then you're like, well, that PlayOn kind of really opens that up for some damage, Once again, I've seen this more like just in flickering. Your Thasas of the deep, Thassa, those Thasas of the world, those are going to be really like helpful in this, disruptor kitten. Yeah, this is kind of like an enter the battlefield like virtuoso where I play, 1-drop 0/4. I play 2-drop 0/6 or whatever, and I play on, and now I'm drawing 3 cards all of a sudden for a 3-drop. It's like that card advantage is just really stellar. So yeah, we just like PlayOn a lot, and just a fantastic card in general. So there's that. All right. All right, here is the Razorkin Needlehead. So there's the next one. And I just really like this card a lot. I put this in, I initially thought this was going to be good for my Marchesa's Dealer of Death deck because of the ping damage. So I don't think this targets though. That was the real holdback. But it's still like, I still think it makes the way into that deck because of just the draining. You're draining opponents, and there's definitely a draining aspect to that for at least the way I play that deck. But it is just like it does so much damage, and like I've basically like soloed people with this card before, so it's just a fantastic card. And yeah, just really really a big fan of the Needlehead. So yeah, there's that one, and it's basically just a 2-red. Razorkin Needlekin has first strike during your turn. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Razor Needlehead deals 1 damage to them. So 2/2, really good stuff. Really nasty card. Here's the Coiling Rebirth. Ooh, that looks really vibrant on the screen. And this is also just like one of like, this definitely just made it into like, any of my Enter the Battlefield Matters decks. I feel like they just love this kind of reanimation spell. I got gotten one time playing on Arena, and someone was playing the Gruul Claw deck, and they basically they created 2 Bonehorde Dracosaurs using a Coiling Rebirth, and they were getting like a massive amount of value, and I was just like, that was so cool. I mean, there was this like value overload, and they had like, they get the Dracosaur back, and then they get like this 1/1 flyer that's also Dracosaur, and it just, if it lives, then you're in big trouble because you're just getting like, they're getting like 4 cards, they're making dinosaur tokens, they're making treasure tokens. It's just like a lot of business going on at once. So I just like this kind of, I just liked it a lot. I thought it was very cool, like the Enter the Battlefield. I do think this is also like a very cool card, and I feel, wow, Bloombarrow has a lot of good cards in it. Even Glarb, right? Wow, Bloombarrow is a hit. Yeah, they got some mega. I'd have to probably try to open some more Bloombarrow up because I definitely need some more cards. I still need the deck you see under this is it's going to be the Omnath Locus of All deck tech that's coming up next, guys. So stay tuned for that. I'm getting it kind of set up right now. I am missing like Glarb, for instance. I might still do the deck tech without it, but I do try to kind of obtain all the cards in paper format before I show it off, preferably. So there's Coiling Rebirth, and now here's just some other massive cards just for me for the new year, going into the new year, and Rev Ty The Extractor. This card is a 3 and a black legendary creature, human rogue. Whenever you attack, target creature gains death touch until end of turn. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Then look at the top card of that player's library and exile it face down. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. I know how this card operates because I play Anawan, and it is definitely kind of like it's that one or more clause. So you're basically you're giving a benefit, or it's giving you an inclination to target multiple opponents with your combats, because as you spread the damage out, you basically and you are successful with your combat damage, you make more treasures, and you get access to more of your opponent's cards. So yeah, and it's a rogue. It's just perfect, guys. It's just such a good card, and you get death touch from your attacking creature as well on your combat, which is really nice. It makes even more evasion. So let's read the card. Whenever you attack, target creature gains death touch until end of turn. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Then look at the top card of that player's library and exile it face down. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. Beautiful stuff. I mean, just what can you say? Just a stellar card, and you get access to that exile card even if Rev dies, right, or gets removed. As long as it's in that exile zone, you have access to it, which is really cool. I have to say, Kaito. Oh, Kaito, dude, this makes I'm so excited to build a Taiko Ninja Turtle deck. I'll probably start off just with whatever one's ready first. I mean, I can definitely just, get that one going right now, because I can just go over on Moxfield. I'm still going to get all the cards, but it is a ninja deck, and this guy just is a boss. It's a great ninjutsu card. You get card advantage, like a ton of card advantage. If you deal damage, and you spread it out, you're just drawing an abundance of cards. It's definitely more like a very similar like Rev and Anawan. Very, you're not going to get multiple instances of, say for instance, two creatures deal damage to an opponent, that you won't get to 2 cards. You have to spread it out, and for each instance of that combat damage on your opponents, and you meet that criteria, then you'll get a card from each opponent, basically. So let's say this. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. This 2 blue and black legendary planeswalker Kaito ninjutsu. 1 blue and black, return an unblack attacker you control to hand. Put that card on the battlefield from your hand, tap and attacking. So the great thing about ninjutsu, it's basically it's not other than a stifle, you can't really interact with it. So, for instance, I attack in, for instance, with a little fairy or something, or an ornithopter, for instance. So the spyglass siren goes in. We love the spyglass siren because it's evasive. It gives us an enter the battlefield trigger. We can recast it really, really easy. Okay, we ninjutsu this thing and pop it back, and then this thing is just slamming in, right? So, and the great thing about this is when it's going in, it has hexproof too. So during your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/3 ninja creature and has hexproof. Crazy stuff. And and then you can either buff up all your ninjas. You can do the 0 surveil, so that's a +1 for the buffing of the ninjas. Then surveil 2, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. That's beautiful. You get to surveil too. Wow, that's really cool. And then you can just stun something too, the -2. So we just really like this card. Really cool. And then that's basically kind of the hit list there. So there's all the beauties there, and some of my favorites. There's the Frontline Heroism, which is just a massive bomb. And let's go over some of the cards for the giveaway to 300 subscribers. I just, the criteria is just to be commenting on my video, and I mean, you don't have to do multiple. I mean, I've given away cards before as a giveaway, and it was really fun experience. I get to kind of give back, because I have a lot of cards. and it's, I sure we all do, but it's just nice to like kind of, get maybe a card you don't have, right? So like here's a Nephelia, a Ketria Triumph, Zagoth Triumph, and then I have a bunch of these because I just love these cards so much. So I just like kind of sprinkle these in, like a nice stained glass Maria, which is just beautiful, and this like nice Surge Foil Doors of Durin, which these are just cards I believe in, and they're just not that expensive, but they're just cool, right? So that's that, and yeah, I mean that's kind of what I got going on right now, and we're definitely going to be getting that Ninja Turtle deck going as soon as possible. I might get to my LGS, maybe like 2 more times, like probably over the break, maybe at least once. So, but that's about it, guys, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.